Tickle me pink and call me gay. I don't know what else to say right there. What is up, my aesthetic boys? It's Fresh, back with another video. Now, it's been a long 4 months of daily uploads, but I wanted to share with you guys my favorite edits. I hope you enjoy. In paramilitary speak, boy is used for B. You did it! Why wouldn't they just use the phonetic alphabet? B equals Bravo. I mean, some police departments use boy. I don't know how often that's the case, but you're right that Bravo is more common. My dad is a police officer, but he never used boy. He'd usually just call me a disappointment. Suicide by words. Disappointment being in the phonetic alphabet? I don't know. Let's look it up. NATO phonetic alphabet. Let's see. Okay, NATO phonetic alphabet. Yep. Oh, yeah, there it is. Disappointment. Let's see what we got here. ICAO 2008 IPA convention. Disappointment. ICAO 2008 respelling. Disappointment. ITUR 2007 WRC 07 respelling. I'm sorry, Dad. IMO respelling. I just wanted you to love me. 1955. Please, Dad. Mom didn't get the belt. Please, I'll play football. Just wanted to make you happy. Please, Dad. Jeez, I didn't realize it was so dark in the NATO alphabet. Or so relatable. Barbecue is pretty much like sex. Even if it's bad, it's still pretty good. You've clearly never had sex with me. Has anyone? Ooh, a combination murder-suicide. I feel like these kind of posts need their own intro. In the Reddit YouTube system, the people are represented by two separate but equally important groups. The YouTubers, who investigate the crime, and the viewers, who watch the murder. These are their Reddit posts. Garbage bag frozen in ice. Where'd you get this picture of me? Oh, do you guys hear that? The soft lapping of waves, that slight wind. Can you smell the salty, sweet, light brine of the ocean? Feel the boat rocking beneath your very feet? Oh, what's that now? The sound of a reel, someone struggling, trying to bring in their catch. Oh, wait, would you look at that? Seems like she's just fishing for compliments. Stuff I want for my birthday. iPhone 7 Plus Rose Gold. James Charles Morph Eyeshadow Palette. David Dobrik merch. Fanjoy.com. Shane Dawson merch. Amazon. Tana Mojo merch. Fanjoy.com. Fan. Schlotsky's gift card. Cheap but good laptop. Vanity. Cash. Nail salon gift cards. Just a hint, my birthday is May 14th, so you now have time to save up. Now, yes, you might be saying, that's weird that a girl would send this out to all of her Snapchat followers, they're not going to get her this stuff, and you'd be right. You might also be saying, that's kind of odd that her dream phone is an iPhone 7 Plus from 2 years ago in 2019, and you'd also be right. But she has some good things going for her too. The David Dobrik merch store, for example, features this pink hoodie, and the exact same pink hoodie, but only the top half, for the same price. Let's check out the Shane Dawson merch store. Okay. Wait, what's going on? Where am I? What was that? Wait, was that a doll? Why are there so many glitch effects? What the hell is this place? Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god, okay, enough of that. Now, let's just look at Tana's store. Okay, some canceled hoodies, a surprising lack of racial slurs. Oh, yep, look at that. Merchandising her failed convention a year later. Nice. Hello, are you still selling the Razor Blade 15? Yes, do you want to buy it? Yeah, is it available at $150? No, the price is negotiable, but it should be in the $1,500 range, the original price in my post. Is your name Sheldon? Yes. Why? Bro, my name's also Sheldon. Be cool, man. And lower it at $150. It's just a 10% off. 1, it is 10% of the original price, not 10% off. 2, just because we have the same name, I do not owe you anything. And 3, your account says that your name is Mark. Come on, Mark. You think calling yourself Sheldon's gonna change the price? No. Name only matters when it's Martha. What does that mean? Why did you say that name? Find him. Save Martha. Martha. Why did you say that name? Martha, why did you say that name? Clark! Stop, please, stop! Why did you say that name? It's his mother's name. It's his mother's name. Oh, well, there go all my plans to kill him, huh? Back when I was a freshman in high school, my mom, older sister, younger brother, and I went to Cedar Point in Ohio. My siblings and I got on the corkscrew, and my younger brother just barely met the height requirement. He had been going through a phase where he would barely eat anything, so he was so skinny he looked like a skeleton without a shirt. He sat between my sister and I. When we went through the loop going upside down, he actually started slipping through the shoulder harness. My sister noticed first and grabbed his arm. I heard her scream and looked over to see what was happening and grabbed his other arm. He was unharmed and we all made it to the end, but I will always remember that incident. Thank God for you and your sister. How did he sit between you? The corkscrew only sits 2 people in each row. Nice story though. Slow thine roll, young master. You might say, well, they were young. Perhaps they forgot which roller coaster they were on. Maybe it was a different ride that they slipped out of. Well, let's take a closer look at the story. The story outlines 3 main components: the ability for 3 riders to sit there side by side, over-the-shoulder restraints, and at least 1 vertical looping element. There are technically 17 roller coasters at Cedar Point: Blue Streak, Cedar Creek Mine Ride, Corkscrew, Gatekeeper, Gemini, Iron Dragon, Magnum XL 2000, Maverick, Millennium Force, Raptor, Rougarou, Steel Vengeance, Top Thrill Dragster, Valraven, Wicked Twister, Wilderness Run, and Woodstock Express. Of these rides, only 7 feature inversions. Of these 7, only 3 have trains that would allow 3 passengers to sit side by side. While all 3 of these, Raptor, Rougarou, and Valraven, like the originally mentioned Corkscrew, do utilize over-the-shoulder restraints, let's take a look at what might actually make a rider fly out of said restraint. An inward-facing vertical loop utilized by standard looping roller coasters would push riders away from the center of the loop, which is further into their seats. In the case of a suspended coaster like the B&M Invert Raptor at Cedar Point, track faces outward on the inversion, again pushing riders into their seats by centrifugal force. Neither Raptor, Valraven, or Rougarou feature outward banking turns that would push the rider out of their seats and into their shoulder restraints. They do, however, feature airtime hills, which accomplish a similar feat. You know what other ride features an airtime hill? Corkscrew. Before the inversion, even. If someone was small enough to slip through the restraints on this ride, it's more likely it would have happened at the element before the corkscrews in question. Not only is this story fake as all hell, this person sounds like they've never been on a roller coaster and possibly never even been to Cedar Point. The person who used to be my best friend called me manipulative today. Okay, that wasn't the reason why I stopped being your friend. It's fine, you can hang out with other people and stuff, but the fake act of flirtation was really unsettling to me. I don't like being third-wheeled by someone you might have known since middle school but didn't start hanging out with them until 2 weeks ago. It's fake. It's the reason why sophomores send you unwanted cock pics. You complain to me about them. I tell you to tell them to F off. You don't do it and it repeats. Whenever we hung out, it was basically just you telling me about boys majority of the time, and that's why when you tried to tell me about that dude you now hate, I told you to tell me nothing of it. Yeah, the occasional boy talk is fine, but every time I came over, it was just always boys. I'm sick of hearing about the things you don't take control of. Yes, I'm sad that I can't send some weird-ass things to you, and I can't comment on that Andrew college man's girlfriend anymore. I lost someone who made me act stupid in a good way. However, if I feel uncomfortable, then I feel uncomfortable. I won't stick around anything that'll make me feel bad. To fully comprehend this post, let's take a brief look at history. Following a few attempts by European inventors as early as 1879, the first successful optical device using light to cast a moving image on a screen or a display of some type was created by the Lumiere brothers. They commercially screened their first film, A Series of French Words, in Paris in 1895. Since that fateful day, the use of film cinematography showcases only improved over the following century, becoming increasingly complex. By the mid-20th century, analog, optical, and magnetic sound added a new, immersive layer to film recording and presentation. Around the same time, during the 1950s, widescreen formats emerged to compete with home television. Complicated multi-strip systems like the Cinerama were soon replaced by a variety of competing anamorphic lens products such as VistaVision, CinemaScope, and Panavision, again changing the movie-going product. Come the 1990s, the digital revolution was in full swing. Within 20 years, over 90% of movie theaters across America would be using fully digital cinema systems that offered larger, higher quality picture, were easier to operate, and more durable in usage. Despite all these marvels of technological advancement, this is the most clear projection I have ever seen. Drug is not a weed, plant is a meth. Can you grow weed? Can drug plant? Yes. Can you weed drug? No. Like that old tongue twister goes, how much weed could a drug weed meth if a weed drug could plant weed? When family tries to guilt trip you into letting them come to your fully vegan wedding even though they are omnivores, huh? Just for some context, some family members were told they are not invited to my wedding because we don't want to host murderers at our wedding, which is supposed to be one of the happiest days of our lives. It's definitely an issue when food preferences trump familial ties at something that's supposed to be this incredibly important and significant day of your life. But the other two things that I'm really focused on is that she doesn't know what a period is. There isn't a single period in this entire thing, even though there should be multiple sentences. And also, this dramatic name, Vegan Revolution. Why do all of these vegan and anti-vax Facebook groups have such dramatic names? It sounds like a movie title. What would this Facebook group be like if it were a movie? Since the dawn of time, the glorious rise of man has been marred by murder. Tearing the flesh from unwilling animals, sacrificing the innocent for their own selfish desire, perfecting the art of seasoning our poor Wilbur. Coming this summer, a tale of love and revenge, of revolt and resolution. Morality rises in the Vegan Revolution. Doing anything solo sounds way cooler than saying alone. I'm gonna die solo. Huh. Kinda does sound cooler. Ironically, I'm gonna die solo was also the last words of Rio the Ardennian pilot with a whole approximately 2 seconds of screen time, who died in Alden Ehrenreich's arms near the beginning of Disney and Lucasfilm's 2018 box office disaster, Solo: A Star Wars Story. Even more ironically, the directing duo of Lord and Miller, who were originally hired to lead the film, just won an Oscar for Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Perhaps Ron Howard wasn't doing better alone after all. Or solo, I guess. Whatever helps Kathleen Kennedy sleep. World War II memorabilia for sale. Complete World War II German Waffen, $2,750. Alienware Area 51 Threadripper, $8,779.99. I don't recall that being around in the 40s, but I guess you could say it has a Ryzen processor. Cause the CPU is called Ryzen Threadripper, and maybe it's using a 3rd gen Ryzen processor? No, tough crowd. The average pediatrician has given 40 children autism in the United States. 92,000 pediatricians in the US, 73,941,848 children in the US, 1 in 20 children with autism in the US. The numbers don't lie, average pediatrician in the US, and they spell autism for you at sacrifice. The reason people have gender identity issues is a vaccine injury. It's the neurotoxins in the vaccines. Neuro equals brain. Mental issues are in the brain. To really understand what's going on in this post, let's take a look at history. Mike Powell, an American track athlete, was born on November 10, 1963. In 1968, Bob Beamon, another American, would set the world record for the long jump event at the 1968 Olympics in Mexico City when Powell was only 5 years old. Powell would go on to compete in the long jump event at the 1988 Summer Olympics in Seoul, taking home silver. At the World Championships in 1991, Powell would break the world record set by Beamon 23 years earlier with a jump of 8.95 meters. That record stands to this day, putting Powell in the elite handful of athletes to hold a world record for more than 2 decades. Even these incredible athletic achievements that push the limit of the human body fail to compare in length to the conclusion this anti-vax poster was able to jump to. Has Lauren ever had a one-night stand with a European? She has not. Impressive. You must have good self-control. Well, the last time I was in Europe, I was 11. Hey, if you had to describe yourself in 5 words, what would they be? Rule breaker. So why do good girls like bad guys? What's my ideal date? It's the weekend. We go to Applebee's for the $2 cocktail of the month. We drink them until we get cut off. So we go to a second Applebee's. Ubaga. Solabaga along with have so long. The bartender cuts us off. Let's go back to your place. Things start getting hot, but I'm too drunk and can't get it up. We go to a third Applebee's. I'd be down. That's funny. I don't remember the last time I saw a guy use a Jabba the Hutt quote in his pickup line.
Ubaga, solabaga along with hava solonunga.
Thank you to everyone who watched this video. Be sure to subscribe for more daily Reddit content. Drop a like if you liked the video, and I will see you all tomorrow. Let me hear a D. D. Give me an E. E. Give me an M. M. Let me hear an O. N. E. T. I. Z. E. D. What does that spell? Demonetized.